Hey guys, Cold here. Welcome back to another Warcraft Rumble video. Today we're going to have a look at the top 10 strongest units within the game, strongest minis within the game. We had a look over the leaders in a past video, and in this one we're going to have a look at the minis. Thank you Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video on the channel. So let's get started, guys. I will start out with the number one. I will say most used mini. Yeah, I think it's the most used mini. I use it in lots of the decks that I've showcased so far, and it's the Griffin Rider. The Griffin Rider, I feel like especially with the talent, the Mighty Throw, it can hit so far away. It's a 2-cost unit, which is ridiculously low for what it does. It is a ranged unit plus a flying unit. It makes things so much easier to control around the map. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't try out different decks using the Griffin Rider in there, because she brings in an advantage that other units just have, but at a much higher cost. The only disadvantage that I find with this one is it's a single target. I mean, if it was AoE, it would have been insane, and that's why I think yeah, she's at that 2 cost, because she's a single target, can take out the single target units pretty easily. So yeah, I think she's like number one in the list in terms of how powerful she can be. Next one up, it's gonna be probably the Quillbar, which I think I use in the most of my decks, because this is an all-round strong unit, low cost plus the ability to be unbound, so you can place it wherever you want on the map. It brings in so much strategy and just allows you to do so many things. Plus you throw it wherever you want. You can take out specific meeting stones, and especially for PvE, you get the meeting stones immediately with the Quillbar at a 2 cost. Comparing it to other unbounds with much higher cost, I see no reason why you shouldn't be using this unit. Works so well. I currently have only this talent on him with tunnel vision, although I do think there's other ones that are powerful as well, but as I'm playing and getting higher levels, I will be able to unlock those. And then the next one up on the list is going to be this one, Safe Pilot. I will be honest, I do not use Safe Pilot as much as I will want to admit, but this is a much powerful card. It has a big AoE damage ability, plus you place down a unit unbound wherever you want. Wherever you place that AoE, she can hit pretty tough, pretty hard. The only problem is that long duration hit that she needs to charge up, and the fact that she's pretty squishy. I believe like 1 or 2 shots and it's done. One of the talents here that I think is more important than anything else is this one: deploy twice as fast and burn nearby enemies, but deal 33% less crash damage. The crash damage is fine, but the fact that you deploy twice as much, it also gives you the ability to start out charging your big hit pretty much immediately and make things so much easier for you to push ahead. Then the next ones, it's gonna be the Defias Bandits. I think Defias Bandits are so cool, because 1 cost, 2 units that you can place wherever you have a building, and then they go in, they stun a target, and they are just annoying to deal with at 1 cost, because they can stun something big, and then you have your other big damage dealing minis that take out the target. They don't do so much damage themselves, because they can pretty much get 2-shot after they are put down on the board, but the fact that they are 1 cost makes it so much more worth it than other units. Plus, this specific talent, if you ever get it, Pick Lock, earn an extra 2 gold when opening chests. That's 4 gold for a 1 cost, if you think about it. So you can place them, they go stealth, they find the chest, and they open it up, and you get 4 gold. As long as you have control over that on the map, it just makes things so much easier, and so much easier to push as well. Then the next one, it's going to be another unbound unit. The unbound units have a big advantage. I feel like which deck was I using? The latest unbound was this one. Okay, the Whelp Eggs. The Whelp Eggs give a reason why they're so powerful, because you place down something on the ground that can distract those melee units. Melee units have no way to counter the whelps when they come back up, and at the 3 cost, you get 3 ranged attackers that can do very solid damage. And especially if you're running something like I believe like elemental deck with Dragisath, you can do a lot of damage with the Whelp Eggs combination with Dragisath. So have that in mind, try them out, and you'll see how powerful they are. Next one is also going to be the Harpies. I use the Harpies a lot in this rand deck, because they get to be 2 cost, and they are just extremely annoying on the board. It's the same thing with the Whelpegs. It's a very fast, ranged flying unit that can get to places and take out those big melee targets that have no way to counter the flying units. These are very squishy though. They can get one shot very easily by many units. The talents that I would propose for you guys to try out on these ones is probably deal double damage on the first attack just to try and get some damage through, or even the poison with infectious swipes. That can actually be so annoying when you're flying around on the board and trying to take them out. And then for I would say more so on the horde decks that I've been using, this guy, the Dark Spear Troll, and the Witch Doctor, I think they definitely deserve to be tried out. I find the Witch Doctor so strong because he can kill targets from so far away and provide that big shield also with this specific talent that I'm using. Witch Doctor is amazing. Dark Spear Troll, amazing. So they definitely go 1-to-1 here on the list in terms of how powerful they can be. The thing with Dark Spear Troll is that he can hit from much further away and take out those flying targets before they get close to him and take him out. And there's also one talent that you guys can try out, which is regenerate 20% health every second. This basically allows him, when he gets like one hit on him, to recover and get back to full. But also poison can be very annoying to get that consistent damage through. So again, have that in mind. On my Ren deck, I also use Gargoyle, which I find very strong because it drops down to 3 cost. Not necessarily strong just because of the 3 cost, but I also think even on 4 cost, this is such an annoying unit. It has a lot of armor and it can be protected very easily by your other flying units. Once this thing goes near a building, the building doesn't take much to be taken down. So the Gargoyle becomes like an MVP for killing stuff on the map. Okay, insanely strong. Another unit I want to say is, let's have a look at here. Here, I want to show you guys Shaman. I'm using three horde units that are so strong. The Shaman, healing, range damage, and also chain it with this specific talent that I have. The range attack changed to 3 nearby enemies. Makes it insanely strong unit, but the only disadvantage I think is the big 4 cost for the gold, which is on the heavier side. It compares to other leaders, applying leaders on the board. But when you think about having Karn there, getting heals, having these big units, this specific deck really shines and has shown it's a very strong deck for me. And I've been using it whenever I see, maybe I'll use a horde deck. I'm using Karn deck or even the Ren deck that I have. And the final unit, guys, the number 10 on the list, I will say, is the Huntress. The only problem I have with the Huntress is her extremely high cost. She can take out units from far away. She can take out multiple units from far away. The problem is it's a very high cost and she's not that tanky for the 5 gold, but I can see her usefulness in decks where you can protect her. Not so many decks can protect such a high cost unit, so have that in mind. Try her out. I personally do not use her as much, but I've seen lots of decks using her. I don't really like her for the reasons that I said, but she's still like a top 10 used mini within the game. So that was the video, guys. There's more than 10, obviously more than 10 units in this game, and many of them synergize together depending on the leader that you guys are also using. So have that in mind before you start picking out the units, the minis that you want to be placing. You have the ability to place 6 different minis within the deck of the leader of your choosing. And having that in mind, it doesn't have to be in the top 10 for them to use it, but there's obvious choices whenever you're building a deck. And if you want to be trying things on your own, there's more than 50 minis in the game, so definitely lots of choices. This was the video, guys, for today. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Try out the game. There will be a download link in the description and comments of today's video. And thank you, WarcraftRumble, for sponsoring today's video and the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.